In this video, I want to show you how to structure your commercial leases properly using the right rental incentive structure and the right rental review structure to maximize your profits. If you don't do this properly and you don't know how to structure your lease properly, you could potentially lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars of profits. So I'm going to use my spreadsheet here to demonstrate exactly what I mean. So I'm going to use a very simple example to illustrate my point. Let's say you own a warehouse and it's vacant and you want to lease it out and you have an asking rent of $100,000 a year. Let's say the cap rate of a warehouse similar to your property is 5%. Then that means the property market value is around $2 million. So let's say if you're collecting $100,000 in rent and the cap rate is 5%, then $100,000 divided by 5% is $2 million. That's what your property is worth. All right, let's say you've found a pretty good tenant and the tenant has a pretty tough negotiator representing them, and you've fallen into scenario one. Okay, so scenario one is you've now agreed to a new rent of $80,000. So the negotiator was very tough and was able to negotiate a 20% reduction in the rent. Okay, so what that means from a value and income perspective is the following. Let's say you've agreed to a new rent of $80,000 and you've agreed to a 3% annual review, so 3% increases every year. Then this is the expected rental you're going to get over a 5-year term. So year one is $80,000, year two will be $82,400 because 3% more, and then year three, 3% more, year four, 3% more, year five, 3% more. So at the end of year three, you're collecting around $90,000, a little bit over $90,000. So the total rent collected over a 5-year period based on scenario one at $80,000 rental and 3% rental review, the total rent collected is $424,731. Okay, let's say you were able to actually do a little bit better. You're actually going to negotiate a 5% rental review rather than 3% rental review. What sort of difference would that make? So if you were doing a 5% rental review, at the end of year 5, you'll be collecting $97,240 in rent. So you'll be collecting a total rent over a 5-year period of $442,000. So you're collecting around $18,000 more in rent, simply if you had a 5% annual review rather than a 3% annual review. So how does that translate to your property value? At the end of year 5, if you had a 3% annual review and you're collecting $90,000 in rent, based on the same cap rate, your property is worth $1.8 million. You've actually lost $200,000 in property value. But if you were to do 5%, in year 5, using the same cap rate, your property is worth $1,944,000. So you see the big difference? Simply by having a slightly higher rental review on an annual basis, you've essentially changed the market value of your property significantly. So this is the power of having the right rental review. You might not feel it straight away in year 1, but over a longer term horizon, long enough time horizon, you're going to start feeling the effects of it. So, so if you were discounting your rent and you negotiated a very low rental review, you're doing yourself a very, very big disservice. Now, let's look at how to use rental incentives to optimize your property value and profits. Okay, so let's have a look at scenario 2. Okay, so let's say scenario 2, we're able to negotiate the new rent by keeping the asking rent of $100,000. However, in lieu of giving them a 20% discount in rent, you've decided to give them a 12-month rent-free period. So why did I come with 12 months? Because 20% times 60 months, which is the 5-year lease term, is 12 months. So let's say in year 1, you don't collect any rent. You've just given them 12 months rent free in lieu of a rental discount. A few things happen. One, as you can see, the rent collected from years 2 to year 5 is significantly higher. The total rent collected is slightly higher than what you would have done if you were, discounting the rent 20% on face value. At 5%, you're doing a little bit better as well. You're collecting $452,000 compared to this scenario 1, you're collecting about $10,000 more. Okay, so you may argue, okay, the rent collected isn't that significantly more. I'd rather get the cash flow in year 1 than having to give up cash flow and only collect $10,000 more in rent. Fair enough. However, let's look at the property value. Okay, if you were to keep your rent at a face value of $400,000 and you're doing a 3% annual review, and then at the end of year 5, based on the same cap rate, we haven't changed the cap rate at all, your property is going to be valued at $2,251,000. That's $450,000 more than scenario 1. If you had the best case scenario where you've got a 5% annual review, your property is going to be valued at $2,431,000, which is significantly higher than scenario 1. So this is what I'm trying to illustrate here. What I'm trying to illustrate here is, A, by having the right rental review structure, you are affecting the cash you collected from a rental perspective, but also you're affecting directly the property value. And by using the right incentive structure, so rather than discounting the rent, give a rent-free in lieu of discounting the rent, you're actually improving or maintaining at least, at very, very least, the value, the valuation of the property. So that's why you see most property investors, they rather offer you a rental incentive than actually giving you a discount in rent if you're a tenant, okay? So the overall difference from the sort of best case scenario and worst case scenario is more than $500,000. Okay, so I think I might have done this incorrectly. Let me just do this very, very quickly. So the best case scenario is this and this minus the worst case scenario, which is this and this. $658,000 over a 5-year period. Okay, so if you did not know how to structure your rental incentives and rental reviews properly on a small warehouse property, you would have lost $658,000 in profit. So this goes to show knowing how to structure your lease properly is vitally important for the success of your commercial property. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, then please give me a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends, family, and colleagues. And most importantly, please subscribe and follow me so that you can get more and more of these free training as well. All right, guys, if you have any questions, I'd love to see it in the comments below. So I will personally reply to each and every comment. So please do so. And I hope this video was valuable to you.